Dear members, this is Jamie Ryan, your Executive Officer with the New Brunswick Real Estate Association. I'm with our Education Officer, Dwayne Hayes again. This video will highlight more work and details and best practices and tips that Dwayne has found not only across the country, but also from other sectors. It's based on our essential versus non-essential real estate transaction document that you've seen before, but there's more meat to the bone, so to speak. So Dwayne, if you may, please share with us what you've developed.
Great, thank you, Jamie. Well, this is building upon that one-page document we put out on essential versus non-essential real estate transactions during a pandemic. And so it's evolved into a 15-page guide giving more details in each of the situations. And it's not that we're trying to differentiate between which transactions you should or should not do. It's more so to make sure you understand that we are encouraging no face-to-face for all transactions. But we do understand that some of those transactions are very essential, and transactions that are in progress need to be completed. So this would include things like a buyer doing their pre-closing inspection. That is an essential transaction and occasionally requires the buyer to visit the property. Another circumstance of an essential transaction is a deal that is written but does have a few outstanding conditions, and that would require something like an inspector or a water test to take place. And again, we've put together some very detailed best practices on how to conduct those pre-closing inspections and those house inspections, both for our realtors and their clients, and also for inspectors and others that have to visit the property. When it gets down to other types of transactions where it's a seller who has their home for sale, buyers who need to buy homes, each individual transaction needs to be considered on its merits to see, is it important for us to be leaving our homes and looking at properties right now? And for many buyers, this is a real situation. If they've sold a home and have to move, they need to find something. I spoke with a realtor the other day who have clients who had transferred to New Brunswick and had gotten here prior to the borders being closed. They need to purchase a property in a certain time frame. So we try to put together these best practices on how to facilitate the different types of real estate interactions, all with the underlying tone of no face-to-face contact where at all possible. And if it is necessary for face-to-face contact, that you respect the province of New Brunswick's recommendations for social distancing. So even when you do have to visit the property, we've put together these guides to tell you how to prep the property, have your client enter the property and keeping your distance and actually completely staying out of the property while they visit it. So the guide is hopefully helpful. Again, it can change from day to day, and we'll always keep it updated if that is the case. But I've spoken to realtors who have been able to list a property virtually. Buyers have been able to do a viewing through live stream with the two realtors and the buyer and the seller, and have successfully written an offer and gotten accepted, all without any social interaction and all without visiting the property. So we do have some tips on conditions you can write in your contracts to help the buyers, even things like arranging a in-person visit at some point later on in the transaction after the offer is written. So we hope that our members will review the guide, keep the guide handy when they're dealing with all of their circumstances, and we're certainly always open to helping our members with any transaction or any circumstance they may have. Jamie?
Thank you, Dwayne. And as you say, we're certainly reach out to us, send us an email, reach out to us if for more clarification or ideas. But it's a very important document that we shared with the local real estate boards, as well as our board of directors, as well as across the country. And it is something that we hope will help keep realtors safe and the clients that they serve. I just want to change tracks a little bit and just say to our members, we know this is a challenging time. And, we're always looking for little pieces of hope and support. And I just wanted to share with you, recently walking in my neighborhood, and it kind of represents, I think, New Brunswick. We've done a lot of good things in New Brunswick. We shouldn't rest on our laurels, of course, but it's having an impact on flattening the curve so far in the pandemic in New Brunswick. And I commend our members for doing their part. So I was walking recently with my dog, and I ran across what I would call happiness rocks that are some children in our neighborhood, and I'll be sharing some pictures of those in this video, as well as Dwayne's found them as well on his walks. And I just want to say that, you know, we got to not only think about ourselves but our community, and I think New Brunswick's doing that in spades. And just keep doing the things that you can do to help during this difficult time. And I know you have many questions. The MBRA staff, in partnership with the local real estate boards, will continue to work to gather more details in the days ahead, and we'll share this information with you as soon as we're able. So stay tuned, stay distant, and stay safe. Thank you.